Dingus and Dongus.
Tomato.
Episode 30.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. See you next week.
Yeah. we skipped an episode. I didn't even need to say that. No one would probably have noticed.
Right.
We didn't skip one. We delayed it because of Mass Destruction Metal Fest chaos.
Hell yeah. Have you missed it? Sucks to be you.
Yeah. There's another one next year.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go into it. We did Rotworld.
Animal Man and Swamp Thing 12 through 18.
Yep.
I don't know if you read the Frankenstein Agent of Shade.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So apparently there's 3 issues of Frankenstein Agent of Shade that ties into the whole Rotworld
Oh. I was not
story.
aware.
You didn't need it.
Okay.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it in a little bit.
Okay.
And those were written by who?
Scott Snyder and Jeff Lemire. We've covered Jeff before.
Yep.
I don't think we've ever done anything with Scott's.
I don't think we have. No.
Yeah. Well, they're both really good writers.
And this is the new 52 release of the Animal Man and Swamp Thing.
And I fucking love it.
Yes.
It's like, it's one of my favorite crossover books, like out of DC, Marvel.
Just period.
Yeah, it's a great crossover.
There's a lot of things to like about it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try my damnedest to not just go down like a list of things I liked. Like, I like this, in the podcast. But I will start out to say the number one thing I like that I think you would like also are the creature designs of the Rotlings and the Rot Monsters.
Oh, yeah. It's like total body horror shit.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's fucking great. But I will say, Anton, what's his last name?
Arcane?
Oh, yeah, Anton Arcane. His initial form was pretty dull.
Yeah.
He's just a pink baby.
Yeah.
Just an ugly pink baby.
That's terrifying, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. But it's like, for someone who's the avatar of rot to appear as a little pink baby.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, man-sized pink baby.
Yes.
It was a little disappointing, but later on he gets like little exoskeleton-y type stuff and like sword arm bone shit. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he made it for it.
Yeah. Well, and we didn't see as much of it through Animal Man and Swamp Thing, but in the Frankenstein story, Frankenstein is like specifically hunting colossal rot monsters.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. There's one point where he's like on an island, and then these robot ladies, Amazonian type ladies, come up and say, we did some shit, and we're like not humans and not robots, so we're fine. And it turns out the island that he's on was a huge ass rock creature. And they're like, we didn't know! And then he absorbed them in a weird thing.
What?
And he turned all these robot lady people things into swords, and then hacked up the island creature with swords.
Frankenstein did this?
Frankenstein did this. It's great.
Okay. I need to read this down.
It was so great, in fact. Like, none of this is needed for the Rotworld story to make sense. But it was just ridiculous. And he has a whole army of people with him.
Yeah.
It's like, what is happening? I liked it so much that I went back and put like the first part of it, more of the monsters, on a list for later down the line.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to reading this now.
Yeah.
Do you know who it was written by?
Someone.
Sounds good.
I want to say like a Matt or a Mark. A name I hadn't heard before.
Yeah?
So.
Okay, fair. So, quick overview about Rotworld. Basically, we got the red, which is the animal people, and we got the green, which is the swamp people, or no, plant people.
Yeah.
And then this Rotworld, it's introducing this new faction called the rot, which is, all the decaying bullshit, cool stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all in balance. It was supposed to be until events that preceded Rotworld, where the rot, gains a shit ton of power and essentially takes over the entire world.
And it's really, these are differing forces of nature.
Mm-hmm.
And what I really liked about it is because you have the plant force of nature, the animal force of nature, and the decay force of nature, and like you said, balance, whatever. It ends up becoming that no single one of these forces of nature are true good versus a true evil.
Right. They're
It's
all
just-
necessary.
They're all necessary. It's just that Rot happened to be run by an Avatar guy that was a dick.
Yeah, he's a
Evil dick.
evil. And hey, look, he's pink too.
Yeah. Just like all evil dicks.
Some are orange. Some are orange.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it follows the story of Buddy Baker and Alec Holland, the Swamp Thing.
And they jump into a portal to the Rot.
They do. I was just, I don't know, my brain's just like completely scattered right now, but I just want to say, poor Buddy Baker.
Yeah.
He's the saddest sack of shit in all of comic, well, maybe not all of comics, but like his story is just like, he gets screwed
Big time.
like over and over again. He helps save the universe, and his son dies and his wife leaves him
Yeah.
because of it, essentially.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like, oh, Jesus, fuck, man. It is, and then what? It happens to Buddy Baker over and over again. Because I remember reading in Morrison's run, like, tons of shit, horrible shit happens to him there too. And it's like every time I read Animal Man, it's just like, you're a sad, sad man who's just doing his best to be, a superhero and be good and help mankind, and life is just fucking you over and over again.
Yeah, and you just keep doing it.
Yeah, and you just, he's like Sisyphus, man.
He's a hero.
Yeah, he's a true hero.
Yeah.
Fuck Superman, Batman, whatever. Your parents died.
Yeah.
Get over it. Buddy Baker's here, like, just getting his life put into like a mulcher, like over and over and over again, and he still gets up, puts on his weird little suit, and turns into animal human hybrid, and beats up bad guys.
I like that he, in a couple parts, he did like a couple weird, different animal.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, hybrids.
Yeah.
I think one of them was when he was in, what was it? The Living City. What's that thing's name?
Shit.
Anyway, it looked really cool because it was basically a huge int.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, like a demon int.
Yeah.
And I thought it looked amazing. And then he was like, I'm going to be a termite. Never mind, here's a badger arm. And then when he got inside, there was just like an old man wrapped up in a blankie, just chilling in there. And I thought it was really cool that this gigantic Living City monstrosity is being run by a dude all cozy. Leave me alone. And then whack, and he's defeated.
Now, there's the interesting thing about his power set. Okay, so because you also have Beast Boy who can turn into animals, right?
Right.
But Animal Man can just kind of morph parts of himself.
Right.
He doesn't have to turn or commit all the way to any particular animal.
Whereas Beast Boy
Yeah.
does. And it's a big red animal. Not necessarily big, but a red animal.
Yeah. But that got me thinking. All right, so he can just turn random body parts into animals and whatever, right? Do you think if he's ever given himself a cloaca because he was too constipated
Yes.
to pass the poop?
Yes.
So he's like, all right, just mix some urine in there, shake it all up, squirt it out.
And we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has. He told me that he did that.
But that's the other really cool thing about him is like, essentially, he could take on aspects of animals and still retain the human form.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So really, like, if he gets ejected out into space, it's like, all right, tardigrade time. I'm invincible.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll just go into hibernation. Nuclear bomb. Cockroach time. Radiation, no problem. But the one weakness is, imagine if he accidentally give himself like a cockroach brain.
Yes.
How does he turn back?
He doesn't.
Like the minute he fucks with his brain, it's like, no, you're stuck there forever.
I just want an Animal Man story where he encounters some whatever, and then he needs to switch. He's like, all right, horse time. And then he turns into a horse. Every time he transforms something, he goes, animal time. Like his little call sign or whatever.
Oh man,
battle cry.
I'm a
Owl
little
time.
disappointed that wasn't written into part of his character. Or maybe it was at some point. I don't know. I haven't read a lot of Animal Man.
I could see that being something in the 70s that happened. Absolutely.
Elephant trunk.
Yeah. How did you feel about Socks?
Socks is a fun little sidekick that I want to see more often.
I don't know if Socks is a sidekick.
Yeah.
I think Socks has a high-ranking red status. I really like Socks.
Yeah.
Very cute, but then very wise.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to me that these, what are they called? We just said them. Like the red and the green and the rot. These
elements.
Elements? Yeah, sure. These elements have their own parliament.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own, in a sense, governing structure.
Right.
Which tells me that they're not very good at, God damn it, what's that word? Relationship between nations. Policy. I'm saying words that are close to it.
Foreign
relations. Close enough. Yeah. They're not good at that. They're not good at politics.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the red and the green don't really
No.
communicate. They end up working together, obviously, and they live in harmony, but they don't ever formulate a plan. They just show up together at the end there, and they're, all right, let's kill the rat.
And I guess, like, so would the avatars be like the diplomats? Is that what they are?
I would think the avatars are the diplomats,
Yeah.
and then the parliament is who chooses.
Right.
Yeah, because they give Swamp Thing at the end the options, like, you want to bail or you want to stick around?
Right.
You know? So they give, and they even chose at the end, spoilers, Abby to be the avatar of Rot because Uncle's being a douche, so he's got to go. So they have the power to decide who gets to be the avatar of their domain.
Right.
They just couldn't get rid of Arcane.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess foreign relations would be very difficult if your parliament can't directly interact with the other parliament. You have to rely on Sandman.
Yeah, that's right. This depressed asshole, and then this other kind of narcissistic scientist guy, a little bit.
Yeah, who's just like love struck.
Now,
Yeah. It's like, all right, we got to rely on these two shitheads, and hopefully they'll, communicate well our intentions and all that shit. But
it's interesting,
Yeah.
and they don't really go into much detail on that. I just thought there could have been some weird ass follow up to this as a nation building saga of the green, red, and rot.
It's the UN of elements.
Yeah.
United Nation of Elements.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
It was confusing to me a little bit, getting back to the core of the story. So Arcane was in the world as we know it in the New 52, right? Mm-hmm. And then he was planting rot or something in Animal Man's family or whatever, the Hunters.
Yeah.
So how did the Hunters get here? Did Arcane open a portal?
I think so.
For the Hunters to get here, and the Hunters are fucking around.
Yeah.
Then he fucked off back to the rot, which is a different universe?
I think so.
Or dimension?
Yeah, I guess it's like a dimension.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then Animal Man and Swamp Thing go into that dimension to kill Arcane so he stops opening portals.
Right.
And then to keep more rot spreading through to their dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So red and green are our dimension. They don't have their own dimensions?
No, they do.
Okay.
Because they have like a physical space that's the Parliament of Trees and all that stuff. But then there's also the weird spiritual realm, whatever.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little confused, which is why I bring it up, of where these are taking place.
Yeah.
I know they all coexist in some fashion. I just didn't know. Maybe I just didn't comprehend.
Yeah, I think each particular element has its own little dimension, subdimension.
Okay.
And then they also have locations within the world. Like the rot would be that castle behind the door.
Yep.
Then green is in Louisiana. I forget where red's little weird sky party thing is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have their own dimensions, and then they all work from their dimensions into our dimension.
Right.
The New 52 dimension.
Right.
Okay.
So it's
and that's where the balance comes in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to bring in to bring this all together, these separate dimensions are like individual nations, right? And then the actual physical locations of the parliaments of green, red, and rot on the earth is the embassies.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay. I don't know if that is necessarily true, but I'm going to go
Probably
with it.
Not.
It makes sense to me, and Snyder and Lemire aren't here to dispute it, so fuck them.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Yep. So DC, the next time you guys are writing about the green and the red and the rot, you got to come and consult us.
Yes.
Because we know what's going on, and Scott and Jeff don't.
We came up with this idea.
Yes. Where's our royalties? So fucking stupid.
Also, I'm going to go back to him too. Frankenstein became Green fucking Lantern.
What? Oh yes, he did. He did. Oh yeah, because with every major event, somebody has to become a Green Lantern.
Yeah. And Frankenstein got it.
Yeah.
And that was goddamn ridiculous. And I love it. And I went looking to see if there was more Frankenstein Green Lantern story. I didn't look too hard. Mm-hmm. Because that sounds like a ridiculous story that I'd love to read.
Hell yeah.
So I didn't see that it existed. I think they just kind of left it.
Yeah.
Maybe in this Frankenstein series it goes for an issue or two and it resolves.
Yeah.
But Frankenstein as Green Lantern, leading an army of patchwork critters. This sounds like a great story.
That would be fucking fantastic.
Because he got it to where this device, I forget what he called it, basically zombifies you, in a nutshell, so that you don't get affected by the rot. It's like, you can't rot us because we're zombies. And it's like, but zombies? I didn't understand how it worked, but I liked it. Because they were already dead, the rot couldn't fuck with them. And there was a point where he was with humans, or with red folk. And he's like, we don't want to be brainless zombies, or something like that. And it was fun.
Yeah. It's a little fast and loose with the whole, rotting dead stuff.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I don't give a fuck. It was a blast.
And the giant bat robot.
Yeah.
Fueled by essentially like super fertilizer.
Yes. They just got some Miracle Grow. I really liked Swamp Thing's Miracle Grow backpack.
Oh, hell yeah. With the Bane setup?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, hell yeah.
That shit was so cool.
That works. Let's go for it.
He like sprouts like majestic angel wings and like a sword and shield and all that shit.
And cool little horn thingies.
Right.
Yeah.
And man, Swamp Thing's so fucking cool.
He is.
Oh.
But he always just follows his heart to misadventure.
And he does.
Just needs to throw that away.
Just
become the Swamp Thing you were meant to be.
Right. Your humanity? No, you don't need that.
No, get rid of it.
Yeah. In fact, like, after the events, it's pretty much all gone.
Yeah.
You literally are just plant now. So, you can forget about, all your human emotions or whatever. Just take care of the greens.
Yes. All the spinach needs your love.
Mm-hmm.
The album this time is Zud, A Wilderness Left Untamed. They're out of Maine. This album was put out in 2017 by themselves. I think they've always just put out their own shit.
Yeah, just self-release stuff.
And it is rock and roll tinged black metal.
Mm-hmm.
Or black metal tinged rock and roll.
Okay, yeah.
Is a better way to put it.
My initial thought on this album is it's so much better than what Destroyer 666 has been doing.
Yeah. I could, yeah. My thought was this is what Midnight would like to be.
Okay, yeah.
Which isn't true. Midnight wants to be Motorhead.
Yeah.
But their songs are whatever. This actually, at least for the first half of the album, has some interesting things happening, and it's not just speed metal, basically.
Right. Like that, the intro to the first song, it's actually really chaotic before it settles down. And I thought it was really cool.
Mm-hmm. And there's a certain, I'm not good with equipment, but something with the tone of their guitar sounds unique to me. I haven't heard something that sounds as, it almost sounds like there's, I don't know, like a reverb or an echo on their little bluesy guitar solo stuff.
Could be.
I hadn't really heard that before.
Yeah.
It just sounds interesting.
I personally really enjoy the bass.
Yeah.
It's right up front. You can hear every fucking note, and it's fucking fantastic.
I didn't like this album as much as the first album, specifically because of the song Skull Shaped Bell.
Yeah.
I saw them live at Shadow Woods, and that song hooked me. I bought their album, and I saw them live again at Shadow Woods again. It's like, oh, this is great. And so I was expecting more of the same, and it really is more of the same. But that song makes me like the first album more. I do like the song titles on this album, though, or at least some of them.
Yeah.
There's one that was The Last Few Fucks to Give was one of the song titles. And there was one other one, too. Shit, I can't remember now. There are some funny song titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think overall it's just it's a fun album to listen to. And what the full album is about 50-ish minutes long, but it doesn't really feel that way because it's just fun the entire time.
Right. Well, the last two tracks, though, shouldn't have been where they were placed, I feel.
Yeah.
There's that. So the second to last track is I don't know what to call it. Maybe like a Middle Eastern type of sound.
Mm. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it wasn't like rock and roll.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a trippy thing. That could have been shifted up earlier in the album.
Yeah.
Because the last two tracks, I'm just like, oh, these are cool, but I'm done listening.
Right.
So that would have been cool.
It does make me wonder, how bands go about, picking the order of the songs for their album.
I don't know. How do you do it?
Well, I haven't done it yet, so I don't really know.
Oh. Okay.
But it is something on the back of my mind. Is like, okay, so once we're done with these songs, like we gotta figure this shit out.
Right.
And I don't really know.
Well, I mean that's part of the answer then, right?
Yeah.
At least in your case, you don't go into it with a plan ahead of time.
Right.
You have these songs written, and you didn't write them in a specific order or structure. So that's not how you do it. I'm sure there are bands that do.
Oh yeah.
Especially if it's a concept album, right? So.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, the only idea I have in my head is like, okay, first song, it's got to be a punch in the face.
Get people hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like, fuck if I know.
You should do what Iced Earth did on Something Wicked, where it's like, fast song, ballad, fast song, ballad, fast song, ballad.
Ballads, though.
Just normal song, weird song, normal song, weird song. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't. Do we have normal songs? We got normal-ish songs.
Yeah. Do that.
Less weird,
Yes.
more weird.
Yes. Just do that.
I think
Maybe less weird, weird. Less weird, weird. Give a little break between the weirdness.
I don't know. It's like in my head. It's like, because for the demo, I added one little like transitional track thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe the idea for the album is how do I order these songs so I don't have to write as many of those.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah.
But those are fun too.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I don't like it when albums like are inundated with them. It's just like, all right, I get like maybe this song doesn't go into that one like perfectly, so you need something there. But like something like which fucking Pestilence album, Testimony of the Ancients.
Okay.
There's a shit ton of those like just like throwaway tracks in between songs.
Right.
It's like that's too much, man.
Too much. But yeah, Zud.
Check it out.
Good rock and roll with wee wee wee.
Do you know they're still active?
I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, they just haven't like released anything since.
Yeah. And I had heard. So this may not be a correlation, but
it
seems,
is a causation.
No. Someone had told me, and it may have been Tommy, that there was an old zine called Zud.
Okay.
And it was written or put out or something. Somehow this guy was involved with it. He's like I've obviously never met the person, but in this other person's words, he's kind of like an older weirdo, drifter kind of guy. And not that being a drifter is a weirdo, it's just that he was a weirdo that was also a drifter. And he would put out a zine of all this underground stuff, and then years later, the band of the same name comes out, and I'm curious if it's the same weirdo drifter guy or not. When I saw them, I don't remember seeing anyone particularly old,
but
right?
I mean, from what I recall, it's also hard to like you can't really see their faces.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be curious. And the fact that they're doing their own releases. And even when I bought their CD, they didn't go to a pressing plant to make that CD booklet. That was like a handmade weird cardboard thing.
Yeah.
It was cool. I really liked it. I'd never seen anything like it. So I could see him being involved. And I want to say I tried to look up the zine, and the logo was very similar.
Really?
I think. So I'm pretty sure there's something there, but I don't have any concrete. I should email them and find out.
You should.
And then tell them to come down and play.
The secret lore of Zud.
Yes. Hell yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun little adventure to go on.
You think maybe since he's a drifter, he'll just like casually drift down?
Yes. It's not his band though, just him
with the umbrella.
that has like antlers on it and some moss.
Very, very aerodynamic.
Well, that's a good allegory for the red and the green.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's the avatar of Zud.
He's the
new
avatar of Brazilian steakhouses.
No one that's listening to this has ever eaten there.
I haven't eaten there. I just know about it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
Dingus and Dongus.
Hey Marco.